Welcome back to the British Autograss Series at Hereford. It's the junior saloons now. Male and female drivers between 12 and 16 years of age. They have to use Class 1 machines. It is the starting point of the sport, don't forget. Reese and Katie Griffiths are split by Dan Hughes on the inside line. James Bubb and Connor Urquhart. Then Ben Dorset, Ollie Stevens and William Banks. The final 8 in the reckoning. Let's see if we can get a clean start. Here we go. Good getaway from Urquhart in the middle. Looks as though he's got a strong charge. Griffiths on the inside going well. Hughes and Griffiths have had a little bit of a door bash. Bubb is going to try and cut through for the inside line. Up on the inside of Urquhart. There's a little bit of contact. Griffiths strips wide into Bubb, into Griffiths. That's not gone well. Urquhart just managing to get away there, and Griffiths has got through into the lead. Dorset's going strong round the outside too. So into the lead then has gone the Severn Valley 212. That is Griffiths' big tank slapper there from the E46 of James Bubb, but he manages to surrender the position and continue on down to 7th place now as Banks moves up to 5th through turn 1, and again it looks very strong indeed for Reese Griffiths out in front. The Severn Valley man has got this one on a plate already. He's turned it too deep. He's going to catch it. No, he's not. He spins in front of the field. Urquhart just misses him. Dorset in 2nd position now, but they're going to red flag this one. He's stranded in the middle of the road here. So Urquhart, despite taking the lead, surely if Griffiths can't get this restarted, they are going to need to throw a red here. It's Urquhart from Dorset, and it is going to be a red flag. That is a shame for Reese Griffiths. While leading, he had that one on a plate.
And he will not be allowed to take the restart because his car is causing the obstruction. It was all his own work, so he will be out of the rerun coming up later in the programme.
That is such a shame. While leading, while dominating. So here we go into men's Class 2, another very competitive class this. Front and rear wheel drive permitted, up to 1.3 litres for this, and you're only allowed a limited number of modifications to the car. So this is quite a grueling class to compete in. Josh Holden will take the inside line. Matthew Sawyer and Ollie Sol beside Clint Falls, Lloyd Morgan, Phil Little, Dan Owen and Ashley Farrow, the last 8 of the day for Class 2. And I've got a feeling that Dan Owen from 7th on the grid on the outside line may have a chance here, but he's going to have to work hard with Phil Little from the White Rose Club beside him in the black WR8. Let's see how they go when the tape goes up. It goes up now, does it? We're waiting a long time for this. It's a long hold for the day. So obviously they're just making sure that the last couple of cars from the junior saloons are off and away. We're waiting for the tape to go up still. That's why Reese Griffiths' car's still being cleared away.
Here we go then. Reese Griffiths leaves the track, or his car does anyway, and the man that scored most points, Josh Holden, on the inside line, down to 8th place.
Yes, indeed, Matthew Sawyer's got the inside line, but here comes Owen round the outside. Dan Owen, there's a little bit of door bashing, and I think he might just have got away with that one. Matthew Sawyer is going to be able to hang on to that inside line. Owen's still there on the outside, so out in front, it's PhD 84, no doctor, just a great driver from the Pembroke Haven Club, and a huge tank slapper at the back there for S249. Why? That is Ashley Farrow down the back.
Josh Holden there in 4th place. He was the big point scorer in the heats, took 2 wins and a second for 155 points, chose the inside line. It's not worked for him so far. He's down in 4th place. That is the leader, PhD 84's Matthew Sawyer.
Well, 2nd position now is Sol. He's made his way up past Dan Owen, and he is now trying to close up on your race leader. But Ollie Sol, who is pushing very hard indeed here.
That's a nudge from behind there, Jake.
Does indeed, and that was very close. He manages to get away with it, but the man from the St Neots Club hanging on to 2nd position nicely here, and he's actually starting to reel in Matthew Sawyer. He may not have enough time to close up, but look at the straight line speed. He's able to drop Dan Owen in the dust. He might have a chance for the victory here.
It's a nice overall view of the track from the drone camera, isn't it? You can see exactly where everybody is, the lines they're taking as they come down towards the final turn. Pretty much as you were.
Yeah, Phil Little's lost the place. He's lost a lot more than that. Goodness me. He absolutely chucks it into the final turn. He manages to get it going, so we're not going to get a red flag this time. Dan Owen has closed up again on Ollie Sol as they have both closed up. Sol's overcooked it, and Owen tries. He can't quite make it. Gets onto the grass, manages to survive, but now he's under serious pressure from Josh Holden.
Dan Owen took out a couple of cones there, not sure what the marshal's view will be, but that's the checkered flag. It's Sawyer that takes the win from Sol. Owen, Josh Holden in 4th place. He was a big point scorer as well. Lloyd Morgan, Clint Foles, Phil Little and Ashley Farrow rounding out the field.
Well, that's it for Class 2. Let's make the switch now to Class 4. Slightly more powerful cars, up to 1.3 litres, modified saloons these ones. And how about this for an interesting dynamic off the grid? Hugh Jones, Rob Corbett and Darren Grasby all score the same amount of points with 2 wins and a second in the heats. They've chosen to go from different positions. Jones is in the 8, Corbett is in the 1, and Grasby is in the 4. Now that's a really interesting diversity of strategy there. Adam Henley and Tristan Daniels in that group as well. So too Jake Bartlett and Andrew Whittingham. And away we go. No Dean Smith off the line by the look of it.
Grasby's got a fantastic start and he's bagged himself the lead. Coming from the outside line, Hugh Jones though, he goes level side by side and the car
a little bit of a nudge. That was so tight. That could have ended in absolute disaster. But how about that? The man from the outside of the grid, the CM7, Hugh Jones, leads the way for the Carmarthen Club. This is brilliant work.
And Rob Corbett there on the in third place. So the 3 big point scorers all went through turn 1 pretty much side by side, yet they started from different points on the grid. So it's the CM7 machine that leads it then. That's Hugh Jones.
Well, second place, that's Adam Henley. He's got a great start there in the York 777. So he's now up to second position. He's just went, right, guys, you 3 just squabble amongst yourselves. I'll knit myself up the inside nicely and go and challenge the leader. It looks to me as though Hugh Jones, he has the lead at the moment, but I'm not sure he's got this on a plate because Henley is taking some very nice lines in second position and he is eating out the gap.
Grasby down here in 5th place. He's having an absolute nightmare. Can't seem to find the grip. Had a great start, but it's all gone pear-shaped from there.
Jones from Henley, Corbett still 3rd position, up to 4th place. That's the black machine of Jake Bartlett now, just in front of Darren Grasby.
Fans of the West Wing will know Jake Bartlett simply as the president. Out of the final turn, checkered flag waves. It is Hugh Jones that takes the win from Adam Henley. Rob Corbett rounds out the podium places. Jake Bartlett was 4th. Darren Grasby will be very disappointed with 5th, no doubt, after a very good start. Andrew Whittingham is 6th from Tristan Daniels. Dean Smith, of course, didn't start the race.
Well, the big point scorer going into Class 6 is Stewart Thompson from York in the number 16. He is going to get the best advantage here from starting P3, he's decided. So that's going to be interesting. As we said before, lots of drivers choosing different strategies when it comes to getting off the grid. Here is the grid. Gadsby on the inside line from Gould, then Thompson. Manning is there in 4th from Hall, Newton, Proctor and Neil Reid, who's obviously sharing his Class 6 with Sarah Reid. As you can see from the windscreen visor, it's not Sarah in the car, it's Neil, but they just happen to be sharing the car. But that's an interesting tactic from 3rd on the grid then. Stewart Thompson, obviously, this is the best place for him to start.
Here we go then. Oh, a bit of creeping there by the 77, Carl Proctor now. What will the view of that be by the marshals? Will they pull that back? He was definitely creeping at the start, but it's not really helped him, has he? He's down in 15th place. And a red flag has waved, and yeah, no doubt they'll be looking at that as a jump start. Here's the replay. You can see the 77 machine now. You might not think it's much of an advantage, but let's see. He is moving, and when you're moving, look at that, he's got an advantage, although didn't make it pay, obviously. So he ended up down in 5th place. So let's move on to the juniors, Jake. Specials up to 1420cc. These things are very, very quick indeed.
Yep, pole position on the inside line effectively. Matt Owen, Joey Matthews alongside him, Jake Lockwood, Aidan Taylor, Bryn Powell, Katie Gaylard, Bradley Turner and Daniel Hughes. Now watch the organisation. These former cars get off the line and wait for it. The tape should be going up any second now. And just as the last car leaves the field, here we go. That's how slick the organisation of Autocross is at this level. And up the inside, Owen has got Lockwood side by side with him. Owen's got the inside line, but Lockwood has actually got the cleaner line. Can he hold it? No, he goes a little bit too wide, and that's going to be Matt Owen who holds the lead.
Hughes and Gaylard had a bit of a coming together in turn 1, but no damage done. They're still running. That's the leader. He was the big point scorer. Oh, big contact at the back of the field. That's Hughes and Gaylard getting it together again.
Well, Hughes got airborne by at least 2 or 3 feet, and Gaylard hung back, so they are still battling, but now it's for 7th and 8th rather than 5th and 6th. They've cost themselves a huge amount of time there.
It's Owen, Matthews, Taylor and Turner as they come down to the final turn. Owen, the big point scorer, with 3 wins from 3 races, but he's run wide out of the final turn, allows Matthews up the inside. Here comes Taylor. Aidan Taylor from the York Club up the inside for second place.
Yeah, Matthews got through, Taylor's got through, and it looks as though Turner might have a go as well. Big mistake there from Matt Owen. He just got it a little bit too deep one lap ago on this very corner, and that was all the invitation Joey Matthews needed to get into the lead. He now has a strong advantage on Aidan Taylor. There's not much he's going to be able to do to close up unless there's a mistake, but York 37 is not giving up here in second place. Out in front, though, it looks as though Joey Matthews is going to give the Sturton and Stowe Autograss Club their first win of the day here in the Junior Specials. Out of the final turn, Turner's made a mistake. He's going to drop back. Second position could be anybody's here now, because here comes Owen again. He is going to have a crack. Matt Owen has closed back on the tail of Aidan Taylor. He has lost the victory, but he's not going to give up in his chance to get that second place back. Joey Matthews, though, into the final turn. He's going to get this one. He's made a big mistake. He's lost it sideways. Here comes Aidan Taylor. They're going to be across the line together. I think Taylor's just pipped him on the checkered flag. Oh my word, that was close. Let's have a look at that again if we can and see how close it was. Look, Joey Matthews has done everything right. He just gets it a little bit too crossed up. Huge tank snapper. He's trying to recover it. He's wrestling the wheel, and this is the golden opportunity. Aidan Taylor floors the throttle, and he's going to get it by a wheel. Look at how close that was. Absolutely amazing. Aidan Taylor gets the victory over Joey Matthews. Matt Owen is third. Three different leaders in that race. What a battle. Bradley Turner is fourth from Jake Lockwood. Bryn Powell, Katie Gaylard and Daniel Hughes recovering after their little misdemeanor. But what a race.